See how these music legends have changed from their iconic youth to present-day looks. Some transformations are jaw-dropping, while others barely aged a day. You won't want to miss the last ones. Phil Collins dominated the 80s, shifting from Genesis drummer to a global solo phenomenon with In the Air Tonight. However, severe nerve damage now prevents him from even holding drumsticks, effectively ending his playing career. Following a chaotic $46 million divorce settlement and retiring from touring, he now lives a quiet, frail life in Switzerland. Roger Taylor provided the thunderous percussion and falsetto screams that defined Queen's sound. Beyond the kit, he penned hits like Radio Gaga and famously installed a massive 20-foot statue of Freddie Mercury in his garden. Today, he refuses to slow down, continuing to sell out stadiums worldwide alongside Brian May and Adam Lambert. Brian May is the astrophysicist rock god who built his signature red special guitar from an old fireplace mantle. While conquering the world with Queen, he completed his PhD in 2007. Despite suffering a minor heart attack in 2020, he remains an active animal rights campaigner and continues to shred on stage with his original handmade instrument. Brian Johnson joined AC/DC after Bon Scott's death, immediately delivering Back in Black, the second best-selling album in history. In 2016, severe hearing loss forced him to abruptly quit touring or face total deafness. Thanks to experimental in-ear technology, he miraculously returned to the stage, still sporting his trademark flat cap and raw vocals. Billy Idol became the face of MTV Punk with his sneer and spiked hair, delivering anthems like Rebel Yell. His momentum hit a wall in 1990 when a motorcycle crash nearly cost him his leg. Now sober and sporting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, he still tours relentlessly, proving the lip curl hasn't faded. Al Stewart is best known for the platinum-selling masterpiece Year of the Cat and his obsession with historical lyrics. Unlike peers who chased stadium fame, he pivoted to becoming a serious wine collector and connoisseur. He continues to tour globally with his acoustic guitar, performing his complex folk rock catalogs for loyal audiences in intimate venues. Dave Davies invented heavy metal distortion by slicing his speaker cone with a razor blade for You Really Got Me. His career was marred by a decades-long violent feud with Brother Ray and a debilitating stroke in 2004 that required him to relearn guitar. Today, he releases solo material, though a Kinks reunion remains unlikely. Francis Cabrel is the French folk hero who sold over 25 million albums with ballads like Je l'aime à mourir. Rejecting the Parisian celebrity lifestyle, he retreated to his hometown of Astafort, even serving on the town council. He remains a private figure, emerging only occasionally to release chart-topping albums that define French music. Peter Gabriel left Genesis at its peak to become an art-pop pioneer, creating the stop-motion classic Sledgehammer. Known for his obsession with technology and human rights activism, he famously took 2 decades to finish his latest album, I/O. He continues to tour, focusing on visual spectacles rather than just relying on his 80s greatest hits. Jon Bon Jovi defined stadium rock with Livin' on a Prayer, but recent years brought a terrifying challenge. He underwent major throat surgery to repair an atrophied vocal cord, threatening his ability to sing forever. While he has opened charitable Soul Kitchen restaurants, he is currently fighting to rehabilitate his voice for one last tour. Bono transformed U2 into the world's biggest band, but his trademark sunglasses aren't just a fashion statement. They treat his chronic glaucoma. After a severe bicycle accident in Central Park required 5 hours of surgery to repair shattered bones, he bounced back. Today, he balances massive Las Vegas residencies with his relentless global political activism. Paul Young was the 80s soulful heartthrob who crooned, "Every time you go away." but his career faced brutal setbacks. He battled severe vocal cord issues that altered his singing voice and declared bankruptcy in the late 90s. After losing his wife to cancer in 2018, he now performs a textured, raspy style of Tex-Mex Americana. Pete Townshend is the windmill strumming genius behind The Who, famous for smashing guitars and writing Baba O'Reilly. His hearing was permanently damaged by Keith Moon's exploding drum kit, leading to severe tinnitus. Despite past legal controversies and age, he continues to tour, often performing with ear monitors to protect what hearing he has left. Ringo Starr provided the beat for the Beatles, but his post-band years involved a dangerous battle with severe alcoholism before getting sober in 1988. Now worth over $300 million, the knighted drummer looks shockingly youthful for his age. He relentlessly tours with his all-star band, spreading his signature message of peace and love. Bob Geldof is known less for the Boomtown Rats and more for organizing the colossal Live Aid concert. His personal life has been marred by devastating tragedies, including the overdose deaths of both his ex-wife Paula Yates and daughter Peaches. While rarely releasing music today, he remains a fierce, outspoken political activist and businessman. Daryl Hall makes up one half of the most successful duo in history, Hall and Oates. However, the partnership recently imploded when Hall filed a restraining order against John Oates to stop a business sale, shocking fans. Currently, he focuses on his solo career and his hit web series, Live from Daryl's House. Estranged from his former partner, Tommy James scored massive hits like Crimson and Clover, but his success was controlled by the terrifying Morris Levy and Roulette Records, a front for the Genovese crime family. After years of fearing for his life and losing millions in royalties, he finally reclaimed his story in a memoir and continues to host his own radio show. Mark Knopfler defined the 80s with his fingerstyle guitar work on Sultans of Swing and Money for Nothing. After breaking 7 ribs in a 2003 motorcycle crash, he slowed his pace. He recently auctioned his guitar collection for $11 million and has retired from touring, preferring to compose film scores in his British studio. Steve Perry was the golden voice of Journey until a hip condition and burnout led him to vanish from the spotlight in 1998. He spent decades in total seclusion, refusing to sing until the death of his girlfriend inspired a brief solo return in 2018. He remains estranged from Journey, leaving Don't Stop Believin' to a replacement singer. Phil Manzanera brought a unique Latin flair to Roxy music, heavily influenced by his childhood spent in Venezuela and Cuba. Beyond the stage, he became a production heavyweight, co-producing Pink Floyd's The Endless River and David Gilmour's solo work. He remains an active musical director, recently curating festivals and preserving the Roxy music legacy.